there were in this same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, Emmanuel Satan's tyranny. From depths, then victory help people save and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thy day spring from on high, and cheer us by thy drawing nigh. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O
Thank you, Darlene. That was beautiful. Welcome to All Faiths Christmas Eve service. My name is Gemma, and I will be leading this evening's celebration. We are delighted that you have joined us on this special night of the year. Is anyone here visiting for the first or second time? If so, please raise your hand. Welcome. Are any family members visiting from out of town? Please raise your hands if you are. Yeah. Woo. It is so good to be together for this celebration. We at All Faiths are proud to take seriously our covenant to honor the many sources of our faith, including the Christian traditions. The stories surrounding the birth of Jesus are universal, and we can be inspired by the meaning of the legends. Jesus brought us a new vision, a new light into the world. He is a role model for how we can lead our lives with compassion and love. The stories of the life of Jesus have come forth through the ages, showing us the way to create a better world. Please join in singing, O Little Town of Bethlehem. Your words are on the back of your order of service. As Edith Griffiths comes forward to light the chalice, please join in reciting the words that are printed in your order of service. We gather on this Christmas Eve, as fellow sojourners, looking for light, for hope, for peace, and for love. We gather as people from many backgrounds, many faiths, many cultures. No? You?
We gather as one body, knowing that here there is life, there is hope, there is peace, and there is love.
Good evening, everyone. It's so wonderful to see you here on this beautiful Christmas Eve. And earlier tonight, we heard Carlos playing Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. And I'm so glad we're not letting it snow here. So appreciate the fact that we're here in beautiful, sunny paradise. And to remind you of the cold countries, I have a message for you. This is from Reverend C.J. McGregor, who is in cold London. Dear ones, I hope this greeting finds you well. Richard and I are getting on wonderfully in London. I think of you often and should like to wish you comfort and joy this season. It is this time of year that I especially miss being among you. I carry your warmth. It is horrifically cold at this moment, and your spirit. I shall light a candle of joy for you this Christmas. Do take care and all the best for this season and the new year. With affection, CJ. And for those of you who don't know who CJ is, he was our minister here for over 5.5 years, and he left for a new adventure to serve a UU church in London that was founded in 1709. And John Adams attended there when he was the ambassador to England, so it's quite an honor for our minister to be taken to that church in London. So he sends his greetings to you. And now, in the spirit of all faiths, we're going to recite the birth of Jesus from the Islamic Holy Quran. And the interesting thing for me is that the name of the chapter is Maryam, Mary. The mother plays a very important role in the birth of Jesus in the Holy Quran. Relate in the book the story of Mary when she withdrew from her family to a place in the east. She placed a screen to screen herself from them, and then we sent to her an angel, and he appeared before her as a man in all respects. And she said, I seek refuge from thee to Allah, most gracious. Come not near if thou dost fear Allah. And he said, Nay, I am only a messenger from thy Lord to announce to thee the gift of a pure son. And she said, How shall I have a son, seeing that no man has touched me, and I am not unchaste? And he said, So it will be. Thy Lord saith, That is easy for me, and we wish to appoint him as a sign unto men and a mercy from us. It is a matter so decreed. And so she conceived him, and she retired with him to a remote place. In the plains of childbirth, drove her to the trunk of a palm tree. And thus I'm wearing a palm tree tonight. She cried in her anguish, Ah, would that I had died before this. Would that I had been a thing forgotten. But a voice cried to her from beneath the palm tree, "Grieve not, for thy Lord hath provided a rivulet beneath thee, and shake towards thyself the trunk of the palm tree. It will let fall fresh ripe dates upon thee. So eat and drink, and cool thine eye. And if thou dost see any man say, I have vowed a fast to Allah most gracious, and this day will I enter into no talk with any human being." At length she brought the babe to her people, carrying him in her arm. They said, "O Mary, truly a strange thing hast thou brought. O sister of Aaron, thy father was not a man of evil, nor thy mother a woman unchaste." But she pointed to the babe. They said, "How can we talk to one who is a child in the cradle?" And the child said, "I am indeed a servant of Allah. He hath given me revelation and made me a prophet, and he hath made me blessed wheresoever I be, and hath enjoined on me prayer and zakat as long as I live. He hath made me kind to my mother, and not overbearing or unblessed. So peace is on me the day I was born, the day that I die, and the day that I shall be raised up to life again." So was Jesus, the Son of Mary, a statement of truth about which they vainly dispute. And now Darlene Mitchell will bless us with her singing of Sweet Little Baby Jesus.
Sweet little Jesus boy, they made you be born in a manger. Sweet little holy child, we didn't know who you was. Long time ago, you was born in a manger low. Sweet little Jesus boy, we didn't know you'd come to save us, Lord, to take our sins away. Our eyes was blind, we couldn't see, we didn't know who you was. You have shown us how we is a trying. Master, you done told us how, even when you died. the world treat you mean, Lord, treat me mean too. But that's how things is down here. We didn't know who you was. Just seems like we can't do right. Look how we treated you. But please, please, sir, forgive us, Lord. We didn't know who you was. Sweet little Jesus boy, born long time ago. Sweet, precious, holy child, and we didn't know who you was.
Outstanding, thank you. Our opening words today are by Lynn Unger. She's a Unitarian Universalist minister at the Church of the Larger Fellowship. I suspect that I am far from the only one having a hard time getting in the Christmas spirit these days. It's hard to feel all ho, ho, ho when the news is full of climate change-induced disasters, white supremacy on display in its most virulent forms, and a string of outrageous and appalling pronouncements from a former president who seems to connect neither to the human needs nor to reality. Well, on the other hand, there is something in my little Jewish Unitarian Universalist heart that is reaching out towards Christmas this year. It's the story of Mary and Joseph traveling because they had to sign up on a government registry. Somehow that resonates. The story of Mary, the story of a couple looking for shelter in their time of greatest need, and of a fragile king who ordered the slaughter of innocents because he couldn't handle the prospect of a threat to his own power. The story that imagines the nature of the newborn king to be something so different than the despotic Herod that even now we have a hard time imagining what sort of king could align himself with the poor and the outcast, insisting that power means something utterly unlike what the crowned kings tried to grab and maintain at all costs. I'm not doing well with Santa Claus and jingle bells and presents under the tree, but I just might find my way into the Christmas spirit of a little family finding warmth and comfort with the friendly beasts. I'm trying to work my way eventually to the Christmas spirit of the wise men who trusted that there was something out there, although they didn't know exactly what, but that it was worth looking for. Men who didn't really get that this was a totally different kind of king, who brought presents fit for the kind of king they understood, but didn't walk off in disgust and bewilderment when what they had sought for so long turned out to be just a little baby with the kind of power that babies have, not the power of kings. If we could now sing together, "Hark the Herald Angels Sings." And as the reading continues, I don't know that I will get there, but what I'm really hoping for, what I'm really aiming towards, is the Christmas spirit of the shepherds, who have always been my favorite part of the story, partly because I have always found it hilarious. I mean, really, here are ordinary guys doing the most ordinary things, just out on the job, keeping an eye on what needs to be watched, and suddenly the sky is full of angels. Whoa. Luke tells us right in the text that they were terrified, and who wouldn't be? I mean, it's all completely absurd and unbelievable, and no one in their right mind, which neither the shepherds nor the sheep probably were in under those circumstances, would have finished or had the faintest idea of how to respond. Any reasonable person would conclude that the sky was falling and they would hunker down. But nope, these guys, these plain, ordinary, extraordinary guys, get their sheep together and go out to look for a baby wrapped in swaddling clothing. Think about that for a few minutes. Swaddling clothes are what everybody those days were wrapped in. All the babies were in it. It's like saying, you'll know for a sign when you see a baby in a onesie. But these dudes were like, oh, okay, sure, fine. Well, let's go see what they're talking about. I just love that. I mean, also, I am so not there yet. Not in 1 second am I there yet. But I think maybe that the Christmas spirit I'm looking for is somewhere. The spirit that in the face of terror and confusion is willing to entertain the possibility that wonder could be in the mix as well. I mean, the spirit that is willing to be amazed and curious and brave enough to say, let's go see, even when the instructions aren't they aren't very clear and they don't even know the road. Well, let's go see. Let's go see what this is all about. Let's go see together. So let's join in singing, What Child Is This?
What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? Is this Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing? Haste, haste to bring him home, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh, come peasant king to own him. The King of kings, salvation brings, let's love in arms enthrone him. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him home, the babe, the Son of Mary.
Tonight's reading, Christmas Comes Whether You're Ready or Not, by Cynthia Fredo. She was, a UUA minister. She did pass away in March of 2021. I'm always in a bit of shock when December 1st arrives on the calendar. I always feel like there should be at least another week between Thanksgiving before I can even contemplate the next holiday. I think, however, that beyond the incredible demands of the season, the hardest part to reconcile is that the heart is not always in sync with the angels. Presents, babes in a manger, and a ho, 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 that is Christmas. Sometimes it feels like you just go through the motions because that's what it's expected. I mean, sometimes I wish Christmas would just take a holiday and return maybe next winter, next year. Yet there is something compelling about the fact that Christmas comes no matter what. The celebration of the birth of Jesus comes no matter the season of your heart. The Prince of Peace, the baby that would bring a message of universal equality, compassion, forgiveness, and love is reborn again and again, no matter our state of mind or our state of being. Indeed, in spite of it. Perhaps that is the real miracle of the season, that hope and possibility cannot be denied. As I contemplate the state of the world at this moment in time, I cannot think of anything more needed than a reminder of our potential to bring peace and healing and possibility into our lives. We don't always feel it or see it or think it, but it's there. But then there comes Christmas, even when we aren't ready to receive it, a reminder that no matter what season of the heart that we are in, no matter what struggles or grief that are consuming us, Christmas will never let us forget the light that was born in us, even on the darkest night of our souls. So even if you can't deal with all the razzle, the dazzle, and expense of this holiday, at the very least, open the inn door and prepare the manger of your heart for the gentle but powerful message that is seeking to be reborn in you. Never forget that you are a child of the universe, and that where there is life, there is light and love and hope waiting to be reborn again and again and again. So turn on some twinkling lights, pour yourself a glass of eggnog, or not, and wait for that angel chorus to announce your heart's rebirth. Now let's join together in singing Angels We Have Heard on High, hymn number 231.
And the mountains did reply.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Ma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Carter and Nixon. Oh Comet, oh Cupid, Obama and Clinton. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his back. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up in a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when I laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all his stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger upside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his feet gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Join in singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Beautiful. We invite you to give your gift to your All Faiths family so that we can continue to pursue our mission of bringing love, compassion, and peace on earth. The offering will now be taken. Thank you. We'll have Darlene singing our offertory song of O Holy Night.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, oh night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night, oh holy night, oh night divine. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, oh night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night, oh
absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Darlene. Our last reading is Christmas Eve by Ken Nye. Christmas is about family gathering together to celebrate. We do this in gathering every year of our lives and come to associate this night and the days around it with the people closest to our hearts. But always there is someone who is no longer here, who is still in our hearts but forever gone from our embraces. Through the years, we will all be together if the fates allow. What the songwriter doesn't say is the fates will not allow it, because we are mortal beings. And just as we all begin our journeys as babies, adored by mothers and admirers, we will eventually be aches in the hearts of those who miss us. It is Christmas Eve when the ache is the worst. And that is why we turn again to the baby, to celebrate birth that soothes the aching heart, that gives us reason to hope and dream, that reminds us of the miracle of life, and tells us by this annual gathering of family that this is our very mortality. This makes life. That's what begins as a baby so precious, not in spite of, but because of our heartache. This is a silent and holy night in which, through adoration of a baby, we celebrate. And now we will dim the lights of the sanctuary and we will light our Christmas Eve candles. And as the lights are being dimmed, we will sing together, Silent Night, Holy Night, hymn number 251. Our closing words this evening are, Christmas is a time of joy, a time for love and cheer, a time for making memories to last throughout the year. If we could join together in singing Joy to the World, let's do it. Go now in peace and joy and have a very happy and blessed Christmas. Yeah.